Welcome to What Do You Think, Chris? And we join us today with another property, and we're seeing how strong is the market in Bronte Beach. Well, we're looking at one of 17 Darling Street in Bronte. For those of you that don't know Bronte very well, it's a couple of beaches down from Bondi and a couple of beaches from Coogee, so it's settled right in the middle. A lot of the type of tenants and people living there, they don't want the hustle and bustle. They're not in their 20s, they're probably more in their 30s and 40s upwards. So it's a very refined kind of suburb there. Now, this property sold for $1.451 million. It was getting, or expected rent is about $850 a week, which is around 3%, which is definitely on the lower scale of things. We're generally looking 3 to 4% yields at the moment, but obviously in summer that would potentially increase. Now, the advantage of this property, Bronte address, it's one of those classics, blue chip suburb, can't argue anything against it. About 10 minutes walk to the beach, so it's not right on the beach, tiny bit further back, but still you don't need to park your car, you can just walk down there. The property's renovated, got a lock-up garage, and probably the main appealing thing here, it's got a very large terrace, so certainly some outdoor space and something that you can enjoy with your friends. Now, in terms of the negatives, it's pretty hard to fault. Probably the only fault I'd have with it is potentially the price that it would have cost you and the yield you're going to get. So almost $1.5 million. To me, I'd probably expect a bit more. But look, it shows the strength of Bondi. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it to one of our clients. I think maybe it's bought by someone that really wants to live in that particular area and is happy paying over the odds. So we're going to look at the property pictures here. Again, Style Bar, really good agent. They've done very, very well. And obviously they've got a record price, which is pretty cool. But this is what you're paying for. It's this outdoor space here. We're going to take a look. Obviously, pretty good kitchen layout. It's always good to have a breakfast bar there, make life nice and easy. But this is what you're getting. Sure, there's no beach views, but your neighbours are a bit hidden here with this beautiful tree. The more that builds up, so much the better. It's like you're kind of out in the park, out enjoying the fresh air, even though you're in a unit. So for those that can't afford houses, you want the unit to be as much of a house as possible. Great first bedroom here, triple wardrobe, that's great. You can see here that this is obviously facing right into the neighbours. But look, it's not a major deal. It's on a bedroom. It's not on the lounge. So if you cover the neighbours out, then it's no big deal. Obviously, the bathroom, nice and clean, pretty straightforward, nothing too flash, but looks pretty cool, and people can move in straight away. And again, the same with the kitchen. Looks really, really cool. Nothing too major, but yeah, certainly someone can move in straight away. And this is the block. Now, obviously, most of the blocks around the eastern suburbs, they're not the most beautiful things in the world, but it's more about the view from being inside looking out rather than you looking at the block. So you can see all the driveways there and the garages as well. So pretty small block, 3-story walk-up, so no lifts, pools, gyms, none of that expensive strata, which is a good thing. So look, here we've got the bedrooms, 3.3 by 3.9, certainly a very good sized bedroom, and then that's kind of reasonably the minimum, 3 by 3 is what we're really trying to find, and that wonderful terrace there. So look, good property. I wouldn't recommend it, certainly not at that price, but I think the vendor and the agent would be very happy. Anyway, good to see you, and we'll see you again soon.